Hello, and this is Delia again. I am reading The Vampire Diaries, The Struggle. I'm still on chapter 10, and this is part 8. Okay, she looked around frantically. It was too far to jump to the ground, and there was nothing to grab hold of to climb down. That left only the roof, but there was nothing to climb up either. Still, some instinct made her try, and she was on the balcony railing and groping for a handhold above, even as a shadow appeared on the filmy curtains. A hand parted them. A figure began to emerge, and then Elena felt something clasping her own hand, locking on her wrist and hauling her upwards. Automatically, she boosted with her feet and felt herself scrambling onto the shingled roof. Trying to calm her ragged breath, she looked over gratefully to see who her rescuer was and froze. That was Damon. So now we're on to chapter 11. No. Let's see. Well, I've been lost out on it. So who the rescuer was and froze. And then it goes to chapter 11. Yep. So we'll figure out in chapter 11. The name is Salvatore, as in Savior, he said. There was a brief flash of white teeth in the darkness. Elena looked down. The overhang of the roof obscured the balcony, and she could hear shuffling sounds down there. But they were not the sounds of pursuit, and there was no sign that her companion's words had been overheard. A minute later, she heard the French windows close. "I thought it was Smith," she said, still looking down into the darkness. Damon laughed. Yeah, I told you it was him. It was a terribly engaging laugh without the bitter edge of Stephen's. It made her think of the rainbow lights on the crow's feathers. Nevertheless, she was not fooled. Charming as he seemed, Damon was dangerous almost beyond imagination. The graceful, lounging body was 10 times stronger than a human's. Those lazy, dark eyes were adapted to seeing perfectly at night. The long-fingered hand that had pulled her up to the roof could move with impossible quickness. And most disturbing of all, his mind was the mind of a killer, a predator. She could feel it just beneath his surface. He was different from a human. He had lived so long by hunting and killing that he'd forgotten any other way. And he enjoyed it, not fighting his nature as Stephen did, but glorifying in it. He had no morals and no conscience, and she was trapped here with him in the middle of the night. She settled back on one heel, and ready to jump into action at any minute. She ought to be angry with him now after what he'd done to her in the dream. She was, but there was no point in expressing it. He knew how furious she must be, and he would only laugh at her if she told him. She watched him quietly, intently, waiting for his next move. But he didn't move. Those hands that could dart as quickly as striking snakes rested emotionlessly on his knees. So I'll stop there, and I'll continue.